Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lakeisha Walton. I am the owner and founder of The Art of Melanin. I am an author, a creative, someone who is really passionate about helping entrepreneurs, small business owners, social media managers, and anyone really who is interested in using AI in their business or for their creative projects. The topic that I wanted to talk about today is the number one tool every business should be using right now. So, the title is a little, well, do I want to say misleading? Because I'm not really going to talk about just one product. I am actually going to talk about three because I think that each one has or can have a distinct use depending on what it is you're trying to do. So let's get into it. So looking at my screen currently, we are looking at ChatGPT 4.0. Many and most people who are um, into AI or starting to hear about it, um, it most people's introduction is ChatGPT. When I got into AI, it was actually the first LLM or large language model that I used. Um, and at the time, I was doing remote work and I used ChatGPT to help simplify the job I was doing at the time. So, one of my tasks was to help keep up with employee engagement, and one of the ways that I would do that was I would have to come up with different topics, as well as do the graphics, come up with the captions, and posting that type of thing inside of Teams. And typically I would do this the week before to prepare for the week. And I don't remember how I came across ChatGPT. I don't know if maybe reading or watching others, and I went to it, and I think the first thing I did, my youngest daughter's birthday was coming up, was really searched up ideas for birthday party, and got some interesting results. And from there I'm like, okay, well, maybe it can give me a list of ideas for these posts, and type that in. And I was like, oh, super excited because it cut down my workload to like what was taking me what, maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do, was cut down to, let's just say, 30 minutes max. I didn't necessarily have to come up with the idea. I did go and fact check, make sure I did that, and then come up with the images. So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, and realized the benefit that it could and would have for businesses. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. So the next tool that we'll be looking at is one called Claude, similar to ChatGPT, but a little different. And we'll also talk a bit about Perplexity. All of these are large language models, and all of them I use 4 different applications in my own business, and let's get into it. So with ChatGPT, typically, a person would come to it and, just you can either type in or use the voice function here and tell it what it is you're looking for, or what you would like answered, or analyzed, or even searched. If I'm not sure if that's a paid only feature. Now, full transparency, ChatGPT, I do use the paid version of that. I use it the most in my work. I use it for brainstorming, fleshing out ideas, and I use a number of GPTs as well as create them, and yeah, so it's my most used. Um, and so this what I pay for. Claude and Perplexity, I use the free versions of them, and for what I use them for so far, the free version has sufficed for me. All right, so I'm going to use a simple prompt, and a prompt is just basically a string of words that you put into the model, and in order for it to give you a response. And so I'm going to put in something simple. I think I've already, yeah. So I'm going to just ask, what is the best way to change a light bulb? And I am going to use the same prompt in all 3 of the models, just so that you can see the differences in the responses. All right. And so this is ChatGPT's response. And what I like about it is that when it gives the response, it's organized, it's numbered and bulleted, and it gives you a good response, walking you through the steps of how to change a light bulb. Now let's go into Claude and put the same thing. Okay. And so Claude gives you a response, and it says how to safely change the light bulb. It is also numbered, it's organized, but you notice that there is a difference in the response. And I won't read over this, but I like how Claude put in here important safety notes and what those are. And then in Perplexity, okay, so as you see, Perplexity looks a lot different when it answers, and that's what I wanted to get into. So ChatGPT is fairly detailed, step by step on what to do. Claude is just step by step. However, it's not in the model that I'm using, not quite as detailed as the ChatGPT version. And Perplexity, it gives you the step by step, but then it's also going to cite sources. And so that is something that is unique to Perplexity. And from what I understand, Perplexity searches in real time, in order to respond to you. Not only that, it is also going to give you related topics that pertain to what you searched, and they will also be cited. So taking this and relating it to to business applications and saving time. So I use these 4 different functions. So ChatGPT is my overall, you know, brainstorming, ideation, um, setting out outlines, plans, that kind of thing. Claude is the one I use when I want to take something I've written and it will rewrite it in such a way. It is, let's see, how can I best say this? It is the one that has more human like emotion or response. So if I were writing an email or a blog post and I put it into ChatGPT is going to sound like AI. It is going to be, kind of robotic in response. Is going to use those kind of AI words or trigger words kind of thing. And not that Claude won't, however, there is a less chance. It has a more human tone to it. So it is better for writing, for email, for anything that you want to have that more human or empathetic touch to it. Now, saying that, you can get that same or similar results in ChatGPT. The power is in the prompting, and also that power it can be done inside of a GPT, which is a custom trained model that you or someone can build for you. For example, I have one that is built specifically on my voice, my tone, my style of writing. So if I take something and, you know, uh, write it out, or I'm using ChatGPT for, ideas or whatever the case may be, I can take that and put it into my GPT and it will rewrite it in my style and tone. I've trained it on my writing. So, previous emails, blogs that I've done, that type of thing. And so it understands what I sound like. And so it injects that into the post, which saves me time. I just have to go in and do the tweaking. And then Perplexity. I use Perplexity for researching, for data. If I want more, kind of specifics, and I need, other sources, or I want to cite or in source, material. That is what I use Perplexity for. All right, so there. And just to do a recap, so we've talked about, ChatGPT, we've talked about Claude, and we've also talked about Perplexity. And as I stated previously, ChatGPT, personally, I use it for just my general business tasks, everyday tasks. It's capable of giving you, grocery list. One of my favorite things right now is they are in beta with a new feature called Task. And what it will allow you to do is go in here and you can ask it to, let's see, ask it to set up a task. And so you just go in and tell it what you want. So right now I have one task set up, and what I have asked it to do is give me the top 5 stories in AI, and it is set to provide me those stories every morning at 9 a.m. And so when I come in here, once I come in here and it's after 9 o'clock, the tasks are in here. It has also emailed me, letting me know that the task, has been done, and I can come in here and read the stories. Now these stories are I guess more recent. The watch out with Chat GPT and also Claude, though there are some differences, is that the information that it's trained on, the data that they're trained on, is not necessarily real time. So the last data set that was used, or that ChatGPT references in its responses, is from September of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Claude, theirs is a little bit more recent, so I don't. It may be like December of 2023 or something like that. It's a few months more recent than ChatGPT, but still, yet that is by now at least a year behind where we are in time. Now Perplexity, like I stated before, it's more real time, and so we could go into one of the things that it's cited, so it's giving you website links, that type of thing, but you are getting more real-time information. Yeah. All right. And yeah, so hopefully this information is helpful and useful to you. I do plan to do some more in-depth talking about AI. It's something I enjoy, from a business perspective, and just from a general perspective. And I want to, share that with others, as well as help others, in their businesses and or, endeavors. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today, and hopefully something that I have said inspired you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat. If you liked something that I said, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. And again, thank you for being here and taking the time to listen to my video. All right. See you next time.